We are suggesting people na pwede nyong puntahan kapag meron kayong problema. Number 1,
a friend that is like a brother or sister to you. Parang malalim yung relationship nyo. This person is your peer. Pwedeng ka-age nyo, kabarkada nyo. Pero wise naman siya. This person has the same qualities of a mentor. Pero in terms of wisdom and experience, medyo magka-level kayo.
Iba-iba yung mga barkada natin, di ba? Pero there are certain people in the barkada na pwedeng hindi nakakatawa o hindi masaya sa karaoke o sa basketball. Pero siya yung tao na level-headed. Yung pag may problema, kakita niya agad yung problema mo eh. Very mature pagdating sa relationships. Very in control. Effective. May kaibigan, di ba, nag-a-advise. Minsan, alam mong hindi effective eh.
Dapat alam din niya kung hindi na niya kaya yung problema mo. Marunong din siya i-point ka. Hindi ko na kaya problem mo. Punta ka kay ganito. Hindi siya mayabang na isusolve ko lahat ng problems mo. Meron siya dapat ganung quality.
The second one is a father or mother figures. Now, ito, ang lamang nila sa level 2 is yung age nila kasi mas matanda sila sa atin. They have more experience to tell you yung mga dadaanan mo pa lang o yung mga mali na gagawin mo pa lang.
Yep.
Alam na nila. Yung kinausap namin ni Maricar nung nag-away kami last week is like a father and a mother figure to us.
Hindi namin sila kaano-ano, they're just friends. Pero yung care nila for us, tsaka yung the way na i-correct kami, hindi sila takot mag-correct at mag-disiplina, para silang parents.
Marami nagsusulat sa amin, hindi nakikinig yung husband ko or wife. And we always say, why don't you try going to a father figure nung asawa mo? Kasi nga, baka sa'yo as a spouse, hindi siya makinig, pero to that elder person, baka makinig siya. So you have to have access dun sa father figure nung husband mo kasi dun siya makikinig. Before we go to number 3, may nagsasabi, I talk to my sister, brother, okay yun. We are in favor na pag may problema kasabihin mo sa family mo, lalo na pag close mo yung kapatid mo o nanay mo. But on the general, hindi to 100%, pag married ka na, hindi advisable to go to your parents. Bakit? Because pag parents mo ang pinuntahan mo, now there are exceptions na okay na parents. Pero usually, parents are very biased to their child. So, bago kami kinasal, nag-marriage seminar kami sa church. And ang kwento ng mga leaders doon, wag kang pupunta agad sa parents because, bawa, nagkamali si Maricar sa akin, kinento ko sa parents ko. Kahit naayos na yung problema, yung tingin pa rin nila, hindi daw matanggal. Kasi nga, parents are very biased for their children. Normal yun eh. So, imbis na naayos yung away, nagkakaroon ng extra pressure.
May kampihan factor.
May kampihan factor na lumalabas. So, ang pinapahanap sa amin are mother and father figures na hindi namin parents, pero are very fair to Maricar and me. And then the third one is ninongs and ninangs.
We have a video out na ano dapat yung qualities ng isang pagpili ng ninong-ninang. Ang totoong role ng ninong and ninang, hindi siya talaga pagbigay ng pera. The real purpose of the ninong-ninang is for second parent na on paper, by law, pinipirmahang kontrata na yun yung obligasyon mo dun sa married couple.
Lagi namin sinasabi sa mga nag-PPM, ang dami kasi ganito yung first line o last line. Please tulungan niyo ako, wala akong mapuntahan, wala akong makausap. Pero kasal, sabi ko, nasaan ang mga ninongs and ninangs nyo sa kasal na pinili nyo? Like Maricar said, it's not about the money. Ang totoong godparent is kapag may problema ka sa bahay na malaki, you can go to them and say, Ninong, Ninang, ito yung problema namin. And you expect them to guide you to the right way.
Yes. That's why we ask parents na bibinyagan pa lang yung mga anak, choose ninongs and ninangs na pag teenager na yung anak mo, kaya nilang lapitan yung ninong at ninang na yon to ask for advice aside from you. Kasi minsan iba eh. You will always be the parent, pero minsan kailangan din niya ng ibang kausap, ibang mentors.
Yes.
So pick wisely kung sino ang pwedeng takbuhan ng anak mo.
Our number 4 option is to go to your home church, kung saan ka nag-church every Sunday. You have to build at least 1 or 2 or 3 relationships doon na malalim. If Sunday attendance, mass attendance is only your version of church, then definitely pag may problema ka, the church will not be there to help you. Kasi some of them say, wala kaming tiwala sa mga ibang tao sa church kasi yung sinabi naming problema, chinismis dun sa maraming tao. Totoo naman, minsan may mga chismos sa simbahan, dapat mong iwasan yon. So, the church is supposed to be there to give counseling. Merong pang 5. If you're atheist, no need. Okay? Kasi sa atheist, wala namang batas, walang anything, basta logical, reason lang, okay na. Now, kung tayo naman ay Catholic or Christian, if you pray na hindi ka nagbabasa ng batas ng religion mo, medyo wayward yung prayer mo, wala sa tamang lugar. If you're Muslim, then you go back to the Quran. I want to just commend the Muslims. Because yung mga Muslim actually, they know their law. Mga kasulatan ng Quran, alam nila yun eh. So, kanya-kanyang religion, di ba? Pero kung nasaan kang religion, you have to know kung ano yung do's and don'ts.
By getting to know your God more, mas magiging effective yung prayers mo.
Exactly.